This one, yeah, I think it's about time. I'm going to play our 30-second counting down video so everyone knows that we are about to start. GM, let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Baby Menta Web3 Builders interview, and today we are very glad to have Joy. He's the founder at KiloX, and we are going to learn a lot about his journey in the Web3 space, as well as the questions that we have collected from our audience. And we appreciate everyone for joining us and ask questions to Joy. I also want to let you know that if your questions were selected and also picked as the best question, you're actually going to win a Baby Menta NFT airdrop. So friends, you still have the opportunity to ask your questions and post your questions in our comment section for a chance to join this giveaway. And first thing first, I'm going to reveal our backstage to everyone, and let's welcome Joy. Hi Joy, would you like to introduce yourself and your project KiloX to us? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Moonlight. It's really glad to be here. And because myself have been done several AMAs with Moonlight as a host in different from like BNB chains, Binance Live, and also Meta. It's kind of the first time to do the interview with you. Yes, really inspired by your like host. Yeah, so I'm Joey, CEO and co-founder of KiloEX. So KiloEX right now is biggest perpetual DEX, OPBNB and Manta. And right now we have over like 50 million of the total TVLs across 6 chains. And our total trading volumes is over 33 billions. And not like other order books model, like a DYDX or some like previous proprietary protocols. We use peer-to-peer models, which means like we can provide over 100 assets on our across different chains for you guys to do the trade. And not only just crypto, but we will also provide the tradings for commodities, forex, and stocks as well. So really glad to be here to share some future plan about KiloEX and what we want to build in KiloEX and what do we want to build? What do we want to build in the future?
Wow, that is so nice. Thank you so much. And I'm going to share our interview link across platform because I know, well, X has this very interesting system, right? That the X video link will not be able to visible, right, for us as hosts in advance. So that's why everyone was wondering, hey, where can we find a link? Here it is. I'm going to add a link to the bottom of our interview announcement, so everyone will be able to watch it and be able to find us. And now I'm going to search for some good questions from the comments over here. The first question over here is, well, wow, this is a cool question from Vikel. He asked, if you could go back to the early days of building KiloX, what's one thing you will wanted to do differently? This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the most important part about the something I want to talk to myself or to our team back to like 2023 and 2024. I think the most important part is to concentrate on what you are building and do not get influenced by other people's opinions. The reason why I mentioned about this, is because during the our mainnet goes live on the BIC on the 2023 in the June, and we went to the multi-chain strategies October's we are the first perpetual DEX to be live on the OPBNB. And on the November, we are also the first perpetual DEX to be live on the Manta Pacific as well. And but during that time, the market condition is not very good. Although we got investment from Binance Labs, so right now they are renamed to the ED Labs. But back to them, no matter from the fundraisings, all the hot about talking about the like a BTC leader tools or some other stuff is really have some influences on some of the colleagues. So they were talking about this directly about like some like new meme coins just listed, and they have already have the how to say the FTVs over 100 millions, where we have to spend like days and night to building a perpetual DEX, and and it's kind of the similar products compared with others. But to talking to back to the early 2023 and 2024, to our team and to myself, I think the most important part is to concentrate on what you are building, because trading will be the kind of the final things or the ultimate things you have to build on the different blockchain, because no matter which kind of blockchain you want to go, which of the innovations you want to use with the blockchain technologies, there is always a need for trading, because that is kind of a native needed for those assets to be transferred from like a different accounts from different places. So there will be always needed for a better product to provide better trading experience for users, trying to brought more Web2 users to the Web3 world, and to trying to do a lot of things to lower the barrier for user to come from Web2 to Web3. So, and recently we just released a new product features we call it fast trading. That means like previously you have to prepare gas tokens, you prepare to prepare like a stable coins to open your first trade. But right now, as long as you have the stable coins, no matter you got the stable coins from like a moonshot, or you get the stable coins from the Binance or other CEX account, you can just use stable coins directly on the different chains to open trade. So this is kind of what we call it meta transactions built on BNB chain, and to implement these new functions to all different chains, which will increase the trading speed for all the users, and really decrease people's understanding the tradings and lower the barrier for them. So I think the most important thing is to continue doing what you are building and to ignore the noises in the market, because the market is really going so fast in the cryptocurrency world. But to find a place to building a product market fit, I think that is the most important part for myself or for our team.
Got it. Thank you so much for answering the question to us. And I am going to share my screen over here so everyone could see our very cute banner that we create for the session, the Web3 Builders interview. And let's continue to our next topic over here. We have an audience. Lily asked, if you had to describe KiloX in 3 words, what would they be? Wow.
Oh, so that is a great question. So as I just mentioned, the first word I think is so I mean, this may be not a word, kind of a short pieces. So I think it's a faster pace. So the reason why I mentioned about this word is because there are many talented people, talented groups in this cryptocurrency world. And if you got an idea, you always just think about like you already have some people else already have the similar ideas across the world. So how you can make the differences, no matter from the marketing perspective or the investment perspective, I think that is you have to build a great team and to really to start working right away. I think that is really important for KiloEX. And I think the second thing is kind of be humble. The reason is there's too many competitors, because a lot of people will have the same ideas. A lot of faster paced team will start building their product, and they always have their different ideas about innovations on the tokenomics, innovations on the product, innovations on the trading strategies, how to increase the capital efficiencies. So do not too concentrate on what you are building, but to open minded to understand what are the other people doing and how these new functions can help your product to increases. So that is also pretty important. That it will help you to create a more competitive product in the market. So I think the second word will be humble, and the third word, I think, is it's kind of we already discussed this word inside our team. It's kind of like a fast pace, but it's more like we call it RFG. So
Ah.
RFG is yeah. So it's always used when you do the gamings, right? So
Mhm.
when you do something, you want to say yes, just to do really fast. And if you want already make the decisions, you want to create some like new product. If you want to working with some other partners, do not working as a big companies. Take too many time to think about the what will happen if we didn't reach out to specific levels. What will happen? But the most important part is just like RFG. Yeah. So I don't want to talk about like a whole to talk all the details about how many times we are talking about this, but most of the no matter from the investment, new chains deployment, and sometimes we are just working during the weekend during the holidays. It's just using these phases for our working. So yeah, so that is really important for our team.
Oh my goodness, respect. This is a phrase I want to add to Joy and the Kilix team. And thank you so much, Lily, for asking these questions. Wow. Very well answered. Thank you. And the next thing, okay, we got Armin asking, what's the biggest challenge like you have faced as a startup funder? This is probably a question that people are curious about, right? What is it
Yeah.
like being a founder of a project? It sounds pretty cool, especially you guys are the largest perpetual platform on, just like you mentioned, right? BNB Chain and Menta ecosystem. So this is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, I think there. So the first thing I want to talking about is actually is talking about like Meta Foundation. So during the initial of fundraising is as I just mentioned, although we already got investment from Binance Labs, but back to 2023, the market condition is really bad. Before the actually it's during the Singapore 2049 in 2023, the Bitcoin price really low, and a lot of VCs will think yeah that will be like no places for them to do the investment because there during that time there is no BTC layer 2, no new things LSTs in the market, so they are thinking yeah there's no places to do the investment. Why we want to put more efforts in the Web 2? So the Web 3 investment is really hard, and we are really open minded. And after the initial discussions with Victor, we are talking about the futures of perpetual tradings and what kind of new products we can build, how to increase the capital efficiency, how we can brought more different assets into the our ecosystem. So and you can imagine that after like almost 2 years building, actually we already follow the rules from our initial discussion with Victor. So we started building to brought more, I would say like a high frequency trading asset into our vault, which also provide liquidities for our whole ecosystem, which increase our like the total TVRs to a much higher levels. And beside that, more trading pairs, different trading assets, more trading functions to provide to the users. It's also give us a ways to develop our products. So I think during that time, to talking about to different kind of founders, to let to open your mind, to listen their opinions is kind of really a kind of a good part to solve our, how to say, the hard time during that time. So and to be honest, after the investment from Meta Foundations, after the several calls with victors, we are kind of to have the kind of a second wave of the increase of Bitcoin price, and also we got some like investments from other top VCs. And during the November, we are doing the several campaigns with Mentas on the like Menta Dawn Festival and before the Meta DGE. And during the Meta DGE in the January, a lot of users, except some early users who are doing the tradings Kilo ES on Meta Pacific, they got a lot of airdrop from Meta, and they are really happy. So that is brought a lot of attentions, a lot of new users. So I think it's kind of right timing is most important part during that time. So I think to be the founders, I think the timing is the most important part. So sometimes if you didn't have the good timings, no matter how good you are like your product, it's still you have to worry about like how you can pay the salaries for your team, how to find the investment from the VCs, how to get the positive like revenues from our product. I think timing is the most important part for a founder. Yeah.
Got it. Wow, that is definitely not easy, right? To lead a team and also to grow, especially throughout the very bearish market, just like you mentioned back in 2023, about 2 years ago. And I remember at the time, a lot of my BD friends, right, my previous colleagues, they tell me Moonlight, well, they totally lost hope in the Web3 space and they wanted to leave. So I actually feel sorry stay, right, for just a few more months. The market pick up a little bit and everything's going to be different. So,
Yeah.
and inspired by Joy's answer over here, I wanted to encourage everyone, no matter what happened, right, there are still always opportunities and you need to seize it. You need to catch it. And then don't lose hope in the Web3 space. Thank you so much, Joy, for answering that question from our man. And over here, we got another question from Scott. Okay, Scott is curious about what is your educational and professional background. I believe probably he wanted to ask about is this your first startup or do you have any previous project? And also, maybe what inspired you wanted to join Web3 space or some, yeah, if you would like to answer this kind of like a more personal question.
Okay. Yeah. So my background, I got my bachelor degrees from physics, and my master degree is in the US and in the financial mathematics. And after I came back to China, I was working in the small exchanges and looking forward to do the like a crowd trading. And that is in 2018. So that is kind of the a big like a buyer market I was in that during that time. So the Bitcoin per price is lower around like $3,000, and a lot of projects are running off their cash, and that is a COVID comes from at the end of the 2019. And during that time, I was joined the OKX as a director of the Latin regions, and to start responsible for the user growth, local investment, and marketing in Latin regions. We are spent 2 years in OKX, and after that, I building QDX with my previous colleagues once I came back, and he's also my co-founder and CTO, and also he's used to be the VP about like in the Meituan. So yeah, I had a lot of experience in the tradings, a lot of experience on the blockchain side. So QDX is kind of our team's first project. So we really put a lot of efforts in that part, and we believe this kind of will be we all believe the trading is the most important things in the blockchain world, because there's always needed for you to do the trading, right? So as I just mentioned earlier, so to building a product that everyone can want is kind of an ultimate career for you to better to provide a better trading experience for users, and that is how we put a lot of efforts on KiloX.
Well noted. Thank you so much, Joy, for answering that question. And also, thanks to Scott for asking this one. Actually, this is the first that I heard, Joy, you had a background with OKS, right? Used to be their team. And director of the Latin market, do you speak Spanish or Portuguese? That is definitely very interesting. It's a brand new area to me.
Yeah, so previously I was working kind of a boutique investment bank
Uh-huh.
in New York. Canada is also on the Wall Street actually.
Ah.
So and during that time, a lot of doing some like early investment on the blockchain in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and so during that time, it's kind of the OKX just start to expand to the to all outside of the mainland China.
Uh-huh.
So like including like Vietnam, Korea, Japan, CS regions, Latin regions, also including like US, Canada, and Australia as well. So it's more like English speaking areas.
Uh-huh.
So there really no need for me to speak Spanish or Portuguese, but our team, like overseas team, are based in those regions. So one of our team is working in Bolivia to speak in Spanish, and the other team member is working in Brazil. And but he's a really talented people, so he can speak Chinese, Portuguese, and Spanish, and he
Wow.
also yeah. So see, he's really talented people. So I think to building a strong team is also pretty important for like big company like OKX to expand to the overseas areas. Yeah.
Wow, that's right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So that is kind of like a very really old stories. Yeah.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that's why I like our Web3 builders interview, because we could have our community members ask questions that we usually don't talk about it in our regular
Yeah.
project AMA, right? But of course, everyone, I also want to let you know that I know a lot of you also are curious about Helix development and also their future plan, right? We will schedule another AMA session. It's going to be on X Spaces with Menta's main account and also QX main account, as well as Joy, yeah, and other team members from QX to answer your burning questions. Okay, here comes another question from Vargas. Okay, Vargas was asking, DeFi exchanges face challenges like front running and liquidation risks. How is QX tackling these issues to ensure a fair and efficient trading experience? Thank you.
Okay, I think that is a really good question. Um, so there's I think a lot of people already know what happened to I'll say to the Hyperliquid
Mhm.
yesterday,
Oh,
because
right.
yeah, so that means like the vault lost over 4 millions during some people who doing this. But actually, this is kind of always happens in the central exchanges. So we call it ADL. So to have a successful ADL is kind of you have to think about this in the beginning, because the peer-to-peer models like ours, like a GMX, Kings Network, and Hyperliquid. So that kind of your vault is the counterparty for all the traders. So that means like if the traders, like the big players, uh, like open trade, and he's really successful traders,
Mhm.
and he if he earns a lot of money, that means all the liquid providers across different users, um, every users will barrier the potential losses for these users. And this is not just happens for the cryptocurrency world, but it's also already a really important things back to the how to say um, the traditional stocks market.
Mhm.
So especially for the futures market. So if you sometimes trading in forex, your counterparty is not a real buyers. That is the company itself. And if you are not clever enough, you will lose your margins. But if you are really a clever team, like in 2015 and 2013, there is a lot of talented people especially in Hong Kong and Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So they earn a lot of monies, and they kind of already beat the team. So that is a time like they uh, they conquer they earns a lot of money. So to have a better design of your ecosystem is you have to think about like before you really start a project. But you have to have the set different ADRs for your companies of your product, and you always have how to say the risk control team to control the risk. And there's always have something work to do. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much for answering this question. Yeah, yesterday, what happened on Hyperliquid was definitely a shock to me, and still wanted to figure out what happened and how to prevent that. Thank you so much, Joy, for letting us know about the more details and from your professional viewpoint. Okay, so over here, we got another question from, I believe we should pronounce this as Kran. Okay, Kran asks, how do you bring new users and keep them on your platform? Hey, this is $1 million question, right? Because
Yeah, it's a
mass
million dollar
adoption,
question.
yeah, mass adoption
Yeah,
and
that's also
retention.
for all the products, for not
Oh
only for
my
the product,
goodness.
but all
Yes.
for all the different products. So I think the better thing is so to do the user growth, there is always a lot of people like people talk about that. So to talking about user growth is more like the similar to the Web2 world. So like how to find the traffic, how to do the SEO to create a really good contents on the internet, and you have your local team to do the localizations about the product. And also you have a referral system or QRs network, all like right now the Xiaohongshu, right? So you have a
Oh,
lot of
right.
QL who can create a really contents that like TikTok, right? So a lot of people will follow and want to read and want to see the videos about their um, the people they like, and you really need to find these places, find some like local communities who can concentrate on this part to building the growth. So there is a lot of things you have to do, but the most important part is to find a product market fit, to trying to get a pictures about like what is your users looks like and what their behaviors, and to find the right traffic, and that will give you a boost about your user growth. So that is not a question for Web3 companies or Web3 projects. It's kind of the questions for all the projects across the world. So yes, that's really a kind of a 1 million questions. So I cannot give the right answers. I just can give you the like an estimate answers, but every product need to find their own traffic come from. Yeah.
Right. It's so, well, I would say for me, as a marketing person, right, that's definitely the most challenging part, especially when we are building a new account to a new platform. For example, like right now, well, the Baby Minta account on X, right, is quite new, and Baby Minta also has a TikTok account as well. So it's always, yeah, one need to brainstorm what content should we post and how can we attract more viewers, right? So this is definitely something that every project need to think about. And thanks, Graham, for asking this question. The last question over here, Lance asked, what is Kilodex plan after TGE? Oh, this is also a great question because a lot of project they might just wanted to take a break, right? But Kilodex is a platform and it's perpetual platform, so it's different from other projects. For example, some like NFT project, right? They might be able to take a break after their MT being launched and picture being revealed. But what's Kilodex plan after TGE? Thank you.
So multi-chain strategies is what we want to do for sure. So we will be live on the Bearer chain and the Monet. That will be the upcoming new layer tools will expand it. So I think that will be the first thing we want to do. And second thing is after the TGEs, we will do the staking reward. and that will be the core values of the flywheel drivens based on our token ecosystem. That is also pretty important. And the third thing is I just mentioned to expand to more trading asset to provide to our users, including like index and stocks. I think recently the Coinbase listed their stocks on the base with some like new DeFi product called BackFi. So we are also looking forward to have a partnership with them to list more like RW asset into our like a trading platform. So this is also pretty important. And I think that all three things we'll be doing in the next 3 quarters to provide like a better product for our users.
That's pretty cool. Thank you so much, Joy, for answering the question to us. And also thanks, Lance, to ask it because, of course, Helix will have a lot of other plans, right? Post TGE. So I wanted to let everyone know that you could use it without worrying about, well, it's going to start after TGE. No, it will not. And more plans are coming soon. Thank you so much, Joy, for joining us today. And we are going to give you a baby Menta empty airdrop. So maybe we can also let you, maybe our designer will also combine your current profile picture, right, with a baby Menta standing on your shoulder. I'm not sure. I will ask our designer to do it. It's going to be cute. And once again, appreciate
Okay.
you for spending your time with us. Thank you so much. Have a great rest.
Yeah, thank you, Moonlight, for the great host. And I'm
Thank
really glad to have the
you.
talk with you. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Nice, friend. Today we learned a lot from Joy, the founder at CloX, and this is at our Baby Mentas Web3 Builder interview. We'll have more of this kind of interview programs that we wanted to learn more about Web3 builders and about their journey in Web3 space and their educational or professional backgrounds and whatever stories that they would like to share with us. It's going to be quite interesting and more personal. This is unlike regular X Spaces AMA session. This is we wanted to add more personal touch because after all the builders are real, right? And wanted to just let them more people to learn about them. So through this kind of Web3 Builders interview that we grow together, grow a baby Menta. And don't forget, every time if you can ask some questions that you would like to know about our guest speakers, you'll have a chance to win our exclusive baby Menta anti airdrop. Not just whitelist spot, but real anti airdrop. So you don't have to spend anything to mint it. And it's yours for free to grab. And appreciate everyone for joining us today. I'm going to play some upbeat music to wrap this up. Thank you.